This guy is just on a rampage. It's not even the end of the month. He's trying to do all these tickets. He's on a rampage. This guy's a problem. So he's gonna back up right now, and he's gonna go hang out over in the corner. Let's see. Let's say what? He's gonna go hang out over there, and he's just gonna wait for people to go by. And then when he goes by, so I'm gonna go a victim in a second. I'm not gonna put it. All right. So he's waiting for people to come down the street. See somebody change lanes correctly. Somebody speeding. Probably got his gun out. This isn't a Hollywood cop. This is a traffic division cop. You gotta understand, the traffic division cops. You know, you gotta fuck up pretty badly, or you gotta be a real nincompoop to be stuck over in traffic division. That's where they send all the losers. So this guy, he's what he does all day long. I mean, don't be wrong. This guy's getting paid $130,000 to do it. So I'm gonna let him set up for a second. I'll give it 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, I'm gonna go over to the window. I'm gonna have something to say about some things to say to him. Maybe he'll like it. Maybe he won't. I have a big mouth, so I don't think he'll last long. People have a way of getting really irritated when I start talking my shit. So I'll give him a minute. Where are we at? Let me see my watch. See, I'm just walking over here to get a fucking coffee over at Starbucks, and I saw him pull somebody over. I said, okay, let me go over there. Then I watched that stop and it was done. I went to go get my coffee. I saw him setting up over here, and I saw him pull this person over, literally right here in the gas station. So let's see what happens. But like I said, I'm not gonna put up with it for long. Let me wipe my lens real quick. When I go over there, he'll sit there for like maybe 2 minutes, pretending like he's gonna bear with it. Maybe he'll roll up his windows. I'm just gonna stick a camera all up in his shit and see what he does. Anyway, it's a nice sunny day out here. It says it's 64 degrees, but it feels like it's 70 something. Now I'm gonna start creeping over there. Don't say hi to me. He's gonna go right here. We're just gonna watch him. Give him a little bit of distance. Allow him to do his thing. You know what? The video connection is probably fucked up because I'm right next to Starbucks and it automatically connects, but not logged in. Let me know if it's getting any better. That's my boy right there. He really needs to lay off the weed a little bit. Oh, for now I'll be polite. I just actually wanted to feel a little uncomfortable, but soon I'll go over and get into his face. I don't even, like I said, I don't recognize that cop. Maybe he's a Hollywood cop. I'm gonna guess he's a traffic division guy. Egging me on. Don't do that. You egg me on, boy. I fall for that a little bit. Not when cops egg me on. They're not even fucking good with what they do. That's a nice looking ring. Oh, she ain't gonna do that right in front of him, is she? Okay, good. Thank God. I thought she. Oh no, is she making a left? She's doing that right in front of him. Oh no. If I wasn't here, I think he'd be pulling her over. What's going on, Sean? Just watching my guy right here, making sure he doesn't commit any policy violations, let alone crimes, or make sure he doesn't violate the Constitution. These guys like to do that, you know? So it's gonna take a look. I figure if you're in Hollywood, if you're a cop, you gotta be so used to having cameras up in your face. It gotta happen so often. So it's like, I get it. This shit like this really won't bother them. What's going on? I don't even, the Kunz Cafe, I like that. The Kunz Cafe. It's interesting. Yeah, so I mean, this is what they do. You see, he's got the gas running, right? So that just drives me crazy. They'll say, "Oh, we have to keep the gas running because we need to keep our equipment, the electricity, keep the engine running for the electricity on the equipment." I just can't imagine. I can't believe that the LAPD $3 billion budget can't figure out a way to keep electronic equipment running without burning gas. Now he'll say, "Oh, I'm sitting here waiting for cars to go by speeding, so I have to keep my engine running, whatever." Man, it takes a half a second to turn on the engine. Now, I mean, we're here at the gas station. What's the gas over here right now? Gas right here is 609. It's 639 for the good stuff. It's a lot of money, right? So this cop, he makes 130,000. And then honestly, they spend their entire day doing nothing. You go to the police station parking lot, they're just sitting around doing nothing on TikToks or Amazon with their gas running. It just drives me fucking crazy. This shit costs us money. The other day I was up on Hollywood Boulevard. They had a bunch of cops like doing traffic control outside of their car. They're standing out in the street doing traffic control, but they had their cars off to the side with the engines running. Nobody in it. I mean, we pay for that. And you know what? I don't know if you noticed it. Or I don't know if you know this, but yesterday they announced homeless people around. They're adding $125 million to the police budget. 40 million of that is going to go to increasing police pay, but they're cutting $30 million for housing. Increasing pay for these guys by 40 million and cutting housing for homeless by 30 million. Can you make sense of that for me? Can anybody make sense of that? Half of our discretionary budget goes to the LAPD. Think about that, half. And they get more. And then here's the worst shit. We got 600 and something $1 million from the federal government for COVID relief that was supposed to go to helping out business owners and people who need, daycare for their kids during COVID when daycares were shut down. It's supposed to go to helping the people out. Of that, half of it, half of our federal COVID relief money went to overtime for the LAPD. Half. Not these business owners. See that business right there? That's closed up. There's a bunch of these stores that have been closed up since COVID. Shut down. Completely fucking shut down. That shopping center over there got a bunch of them shut down. Now some relief money went to these assholes. Can somebody make sense of that for me? Anybody? How can you justify that? What the fuck does that have to do with COVID? So these are the priorities that we have out here in LA. We increased the pay for cops. Like I said, the average cop makes $130,000. Over the last 8 years, we have increased the police budget by 40%. We have not increased the number of police officers, but we have increased police pay by 40%. So whenever we keep on increasing police funding, it literally goes to just increasing the pay of existing officers, like this guy who's sitting around doing nothing. Sit around doing nothing. And do they live here? No. 94% of police officers do not live in LA County. The data shows we have police officers that live in Idaho, LAPD that live in Idaho, but then 94% of them don't even live in LA City. They don't live in LA City. So we hand them over $3 billion a year, $2 billion from the operating budget, and another $1 billion that just goes for healthcare and pension, and they don't even live here. They go someplace else with that money. They take that shit over to San Bernardino and Ventura and Riverside and Orange County, and we're enriching those communities. We're subsidizing those areas. We're doing all those for the surrounding areas, but what is it doing for a lunch while here in Hollywood? But the rest of this money's being spent elsewhere. I would rather, quite honestly, you look around, like there's this candidate called Kenneth Mejia, right? He's running for city controller. His thing is, why don't we hire people, pay them $50,000 to walk around and clean shit up? I'm gonna tell you right now, in Hollywood, there's a lot of shit that needs to be cleaned up. I saw a pile of shit up there 2 blocks away with a fork in it. All right, I would like somebody to come clean that up. He's not going to. He couldn't give a fuck. So I say we to beautify the community, to reach out to the community, to engage with the community, clean up. It's good money for if you're a 19-year-old, 18, 19-year-old. Oh, man. He must be pulling over that car. All right, we're going to have to walk up. Yep, see? He's pulling them over. He ran their registration. He's like, let me pull this son of a bitch over. But yeah, no, it's $130,000. Another thing is those fucking mustaches, man. I can't get over those mustaches. I can't imagine being two things. If I'm a cop, I would never have those cop mustaches, and I would never get caught eating donuts. I'm telling you, I have seen so many. If you go to the donut shops, Winchell's around here, you go there at 2 in the morning, you'll see 30 cops out there. I can't imagine you would even give people the satisfaction of doing that, but they do it. They love their fucking donuts. Anyway, she's being pulled over for she's talking on her cell phone. That's why, and she's still talking on her cell phone, so she's really gonna get pulled over. There it is. I mean, I'm not gonna allow this cause accidents and get people killed. Give me a second. I really don't feel like jogging up there. My ankle's hurting. I got my coffee in my hand, so it's. But I mean, this is an easy gig this guy got. $130,000 and just sits there all day long doing this shit. Funny thing is, you think with the technology we have, they couldn't just. Maybe not with this specific incident, but like speeding or going through stop signs and things like that. Rather than just pull somebody over, why don't you just automatically issue a ticket to the car or something like that? I mean, maybe that's not the solution. I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of money. Come on now. Is this really making us that much safer? $130,000 to do this? Maybe 50,000. 130,000? Yeah, I gotta tell you, I've told people this before. I tell a lot of people this shit. I have looked up the pay of hundreds of police officers. Hundreds. I can only remember five that, after overtime is included, made under $100,000. Five. So you come out of the academy making 80,000, right? But you're gonna get all the overtime you want. If your shift ends at 2 a.m., but you make an arrest at 1:30, well, you're gonna sit around at the station for 3 hours doing paperwork and processing. That's all overtime. Some other shit happens, they have to call you in, major incident, homicide, shooting, something like that. They need people called in, people come in for traffic control. That's all overtime. So, like I said, you only need a GED to get it. I'm not knocking people with GEDs. I have no issue with that. But what I'm saying is minimal education needed. You walk in, you make $100,000 off the bat with overtime. You're 21 years old, whereas a lot of other people are going to college, take on an enormous amount of debt that they have to pay off. Here we are. He's gonna be doing this all day long. He's gonna sit behind there at that gas station, burning gas. Then he's gonna come over here next to IHOP. Now, like I was telling somebody earlier, this is an intersection where I filmed my very first police stop. Little insight behind that is I was talking to a sergeant about it, and the day that happened, this is like June 3rd or June 4th, something like early. No, it was sometime early in June 2020, right at during the protests and stuff. And the officers at the station were given word that when you pull somebody over, you always have to have backup from here on out because they were worried about people coming and shooting them. And who's going to shoot them? Come on now, give me a break. That's their own insecurities and their own guilt. Anyway, so I had filmed the stop right here. I was walking to the ATM. I was looking on Twitter and I saw one of these accounts that track scanners and said they pulled somebody over and asking for backup. Like I said, they put them right against that wall. People were sitting there eating. They put them face against that wall, 2 feet from people on the other side. How humiliating is that? Make them stand against the wall facing people who are eating their pancakes for the next 45 minutes while they search them. Then they search their car. And then they search not just the car, they search the under the hood and the wheel wells. Kept on saying to the guy, to the kids, "Was it stolen? It's stolen." The kids are like, "No, just call my mom. She'll tell you it's her car." Anyway, went through all that and released them. I asked for their names. Cops were telling me to go away. I remember that Anderson. Anderson said, "Go away." I was standing right where I'm standing right now. He said, "Go away." That was the worst thing he ever said to me because I have never gone away since. You can tell me some shit like that. I ain't never going away. Go away. So yeah, like I said, this is where I filmed my first stop. This stop is gonna be a normal stop. She's gonna get a ticket for using her cell phone while driving. I'll be honest with you, I ain't even mad about all that. I'm mad at the fact that I gotta pay this asshole $130,000 to do this stuff. And there's a lot of other needs out here, and he's gonna get another fucking raise. He got a 3.5% raise last year. How much of a raise did you guys get last year during COVID? And here's another thing, right? When they write the tickets, they literally handwrite the tickets. They handwrite them. This is the technology we have these guys having. Most of the time, this is a traffic cop, so he has his ticket book up front. Most of the time, they keep their ticket book in the trunk, which is the weirdest shit. So they have to open up the trunk every time they want to write a ticket. And then they have to handwrite it, this fucking foot long form. How is this not digital? I mean, seriously, look at it. You see that? Why is he even carrying a pen? Why? I can't even imagine. It is year 2022, and this guy is handwriting tickets. Yeah, I see the ticket ladies. I can't say that. That's wrong to say. The ticket people. It's all digital. Just print it out. This guy's got to handwrite it. Oh yeah, he is traffic. See that little patch on his sleeve? Yeah, it's a loser grade right there. When you get stuck in traffic, you've done something wrong in your career. I mean, unless you're like, a captain or something like that. If you're working traffic division, you fucked up somewhere along the way. I mean, it's got to be the loneliest division. If you're gonna work there, at least work like with the motorcycles. Those motorcycle guys. I gotta tell you one thing. I wish the motorcycle guys would get in better shape. They're easily the most out of shape people. It's weird. I think it's because they don't walk anywhere. They just ride their motorcycle like right up to the sidewalk and right up to the store. I don't know what it is. But yeah, he's just giving his little lecture. He's got those cop glasses too. It's another thing. I guarantee, see those sunglasses? When he's off shift, he turns those things around. Those things are on the back of his head. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. He goes back to Santa Clarita with that. That's how he wears his glasses with glasses on the weekend and screams at his wife. Anyway, that one's over, guys. I know this guy's gonna go set up over there. I can do this all day long, but I got fucking a lot of work to do. What's up, auditing Chicago? But yeah, no, this is over. He's gonna keep on doing this repeat, repeat. I mean, if I get a chance after work, in like 2 hours, I'll stop by and see if he's still over there and harass him a little bit. See if he's burning gas, how much gas he's burned. There he is. All right, guys. I gotta get out of here. You enjoy your day.